On to skill number 3. We often download journal articles, theses, and dissertations from online databases. And in this section of the tutorial, I will be showing you how you may save these links or these document links onto your Mendeley account. In order to do that, I will have to first sign in to my Mendeley web account, or you will have to first sign into your Mendeley web account. Once you have logged into your Mendeley web account, I want you to look at the right hand side corner of the screen. You will find a link that says install the web importer. Click on it. It will take you to the next page. Let us first enable the bookmarks toolbar. Go to the top of the screen. Look for View drop-down menu. Here I am using the Mozilla Firefox web browser. And look for submenu called Toolbar. Move your mouse over it, but do not click on it. And you will see another drop-down menu when you move your mouse over it. And from that list, look for Bookmarks Toolbar. Click on it. As soon as you click on it, you will see that the Bookmarks Toolbar has been enabled, or it has been docked onto your web browser, as you can see on the screen. If you look at the screen carefully, right in the middle you will find a button that is gray in color with an inscription that says Save to Mendeley. Now I am going to click on this, but I will not double click on it. I hold on to the mouse and drag it steadily towards the Bookmarks toolbar. And once I reach the Bookmarks toolbar, I let go of my mouse. And as you can see, the Save to Mendeley button is docked onto my Bookmarks toolbar. Now that we have enabled the Bookmarks toolbar, let me now show you the actual process of saving document links on both your Mendeley desktop and Mendeley web. But before we do that, we need to log into AIIAS Leslie Hardinge's library database to search for academic papers. I'm sure you are very familiar with the process of logging in and searching for papers, and therefore I will not be explaining the processes involved. Here I have come across a paper I am very interested in. I click on the PDF full text link and it is downloaded. Next, I click on Save to Mendeley button that I have just installed and is now docked onto the Bookmarks toolbar. The web importer pop-up will promptly be invoked. Since I have not logged into my Mendeley web account, I am now prompted to do so. Once I have successfully logged in, I click on the green button to take me back to the document I have downloaded. And then I choose the specific folder where I want the document to be saved, and in this case, academic emotion. I also make sure to enter keywords for this paper, and I would strongly encourage you to do the same. You will understand the importance of doing that later in our tutorial. Next, I click on the green colored Save button. The green checked mark indicates that the document has been saved to my Mendeley web account. Next, I will attempt to open the document on my Mendeley desktop application by clicking on View in Mendeley Desktop button. A pop-up window appears, and since I have not logged in to Mendeley Desktop, I am now prompted to do so. A Welcome to Mendeley window appears for me to be able to log in. Once I log in, I check the recently added folder by clicking on it, but not double-clicking on it. And I can see that the document have indeed been downloaded or added to my Mendeley desktop application. I also check Academic Emotion folder by clicking on it, and sure enough, the document exists, as you can see. Let me repeat the entire process of what I've shown you just now. It will be a sort of a quick rundown. This time I will download a different document. Search for a paper. Here I found another paper I'm interested in. Click on Save to Mendeley. Sign in to Mendeley just like I did before. And then next, sign in to Mendeley Desktop just as before. Click on Recently Added folder to cross-check, and sure enough, the document is right there. I am also checking on the Academic Emotion folder just to make sure that the document is there, and sure enough, I found it. Now I'm going to Mendeley web to see if my documents have actually been saved. Notice that when I type www.mendeley.com, I no longer have to log in since I've logged in earlier. I am taken directly to the dashboard. I click on my library, and then I click on Academic Emotion folder, and sure enough, I found 2 of my documents that I have just downloaded. I also click on Recently Added folder, and again, sure enough, I find 2 of my downloaded documents. One thing you should remember is that these are links only, which means that whatever I have saved so far do not contain the document, but the link to the document. If at any point in time you need to access the document, you will have to click on the link. Now let us see how we can save documents links when I have logged into both Mendeley Web and Mendeley Desktop. I'm sure by now you know the drill, but there's a slight difference here. I have again downloaded a document, then I click on Save to Mendeley. Web importer is invoked. Choose Pedagogy and Andragogy folder as your destination folder. Enter the keywords, which is highly recommended, and then click on the green button to save. Now here comes the difference. I would just like you to look at the screen carefully. You will notice that my Mendeley web account is open, or I have logged into my Mendeley web account before. Therefore, almost Immediately you will see the green check mark indicating that this document has been saved to my Mendeley web account. Next, I want to have my downloaded document onto my Mendeley desktop. And you will notice that I do not have to log in anymore. In fact, if you look at the bottom of the screen, the icon is docked onto the taskbar. And therefore, Mendeley desktop opened up soon after. As usual, I checked recently added folder by clicking on it. I found it. I also clicked on pedagogy and andragogy folder, and yes, it is there. I go to my Mendeley web, checked both recently added folder as well as pedagogy and andragogy folder, and yes, I found the document in both the places again. I am again going to repeat the entire process one more time. This time I will be downloading a different document. I am sure by now you are quite familiar with the steps involved. Click on PDF full text. It is downloaded. Click on Save to Mendeley. Choose the folder you want to save it in. Enter the keywords. Click on Save button. Remember, since I have already logged on to mendeley.com, it is automatically saved. The green check mark indicates that it has been successfully saved. Next, I click on View in Mendeley Desktop, and since I have already logged on to my Mendeley Desktop, I am taken directly to Mendeley Desktop. I check both recently added folder and pedagogy and andragogy folder. I also go over to my Mendeley web account and cross-check both folders, and sure enough, both the downloaded documents are found. That is the end of skill number 3.